is the Lulich Corner. I'm Jordan Lulich, and this is hosted by Lulich Attorneys. And today, I have the pleasure of Abby Bass from Cardinal Financial to join us today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
All right, so I usually like to start out the podcast just with a little introduction. So can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Abby Bass. I'm a loan originator with Cardinal Financial. I've been doing mortgages for about 10 years now. I started as a loan officer assistant, eventually got my own license, and then there's no looking back. I love it.
Nice.
So I love what I do. Cardinal Financial has been a really great company to work for. We've got a great team locally. I'm a mom of three.
Okay.
I've got a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Our life kind of right now revolves around football, youth football, high school football, you name it. That's what we're doing. So that's where we're at a lot of times in the community.
Nice. That's awesome. And I know you and I, we've worked together a lot and participated in a lot of different community events.
Mm-hmm.
What do you love so much about our community?
I moved here when I was in 9th grade. So I wasn't originally from here, but now I could say I'm from Florida because I've been here long enough, I guess.
Local now.
Yeah, my husband was born and raised here, but it's the...
Is that Flick that you went to?
I went to Sebastian.
Yep,
I went to Sebastian, so we lived in Sebastian. The togetherness, the family, the closeness, it's really something that you don't get anywhere else. You go to a restaurant, you see your friends from school, you go to church, you see your friends from football practice, you go to a basketball game, and you see, all the other families that you know from around town, clients that we worked with, we see throughout the community, we see each other, just at dinner. So anywhere we go, it's something special to be so close, and it's special to have a time of need where you need someone and it's a village. And also when you're celebrating something, there's a village.
There's people to celebrate with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I left because in high school, I don't know if you felt this way, but I thought it was God's waiting place for something bigger and better.
Yes.
Like I couldn't wait to get out of here.
Yep.
I couldn't wait to leave. And then I left. And for the first couple of years, I was super happy. But after a while, I'm like, wow, like that place is truly special. Like Sebastian, Vero, the ocean, the water. Like there's such a unique factor that ultimately I moved back after school. But you don't have as close bonds and relationships with people. At least I didn't. I mean, Tallahassee is much larger than Sebastian, Vero Beach.
Yes.
So I do agree with what you're saying. Is you see people and by constantly seeing people, it allows you to develop those stronger ties and those stronger bonds and those stronger.
And then it goes on to your kids and their kids, and now your kids are friends and they grow up together. And I had a brief moment in my life. I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis because I was like 20 something, but I moved to Dallas for a couple of years.
Okay.
Worked my mortgage business over there. So I have a license in Texas as well as Florida. And you're right. It's not the same. No. Dallas is awesome. We love the Dallas Cowboys. I love the city.
Everything's big in Texas.
Yep. Great food, but we came home.
Yeah. Came home. Exactly. So what's going on? I mean, these past couple of years, I mean, from the attorney perspective, it's been crazy, but even from like the lending perspective, I mean, the changes that we've seen, it's ever evolving. So, I mean, what's your take? What's your pulse on what the market's doing with what rates are doing, and how can you at Cardinal Financial help people, muster through and try to, understand what the market's doing as far as for lending goes.
Right. So the real estate market is one of those great mysteries, like the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody knows, right? Somebody could get on TV and say something, and it could change the mortgage climate from today to tomorrow. Yeah. Literally, we get interest rate updates from market open to market close a couple of times a day. Our company pushes out an update of what the rates are doing for that day. So if I tell a client, this morning your rate may be different than this afternoon, that's literally how volatile the market can be sometimes.
Yeah.
But in terms of if the market is moving, if it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, we live in a very special place in Indian River County where we are not secluded, but separate from the rest of the country. Yeah. So we are high volume, very busy. People want to live here. And I don't know if you've ever heard anyone say the best time to buy was always 5 years ago.
Yep, I do.
Yeah,
so I think Dave Ramsey says the best time to buy is in the next 5 years.
Right. Yeah. So one thing that never happens is prices go down and rates go down together. What we saw in the past couple of years with the pandemic was a complete anomaly. Like that's not normal. So we are slowly pacing back to normality of rates and the trends in the market. But the best time to buy is always right now, because if it's not prices and it's rates, and if
the two correlate together.
Right.
And that's, I mean, my wife and I talk about it, and they're like, well, let's buy right now. Let's buy a rental. Let's buy primary. Let's buy right now. And then we look and we see how expensive the prices are. And, I think the struggle for people is, when I talk to people about it, is, you're paying a premium for the property. And then on top of it, you've got a higher interest rate. So your payments are higher.
Correct.
But to your point is, if you do wait for prices to come down, then, the rates are more likely to go up.
Right. And that's
or
what's
if the
risky.
rates come down, then the prices come up.
Exactly. So where really is the sweet spot? I tell all my clients what's best for your family. And we have a very detailed, in-depth conversation from the first time we talk of what their scenario and financial picture looks like, so they know what to expect, and there's complete transparency in what they're getting in. So like my husband and I, we bought a house when the rates were 2.5%. Nice. Right? So everybody's all excited, like, oh, I've got a 2.5% rate. That's probably never going to happen again, in our lifetime ever. But lo and behold, we sold the house, put ourselves in a better position. And when everyone was saying, don't buy a house, we bought another house. Yeah. And the rate was higher. It was something that we just had to determine was best for us in terms of getting the property that we want and the location that we want with the equity that we wanted. So it's kind of a game of being smart, but it's also what's best for your family, because there's never a sweet spot that everybody could just say, now's the time, go buy a house.
Yeah. We don't have a crystal ball as much as we all want one.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. So tell me a little bit about Cardinal Financial, right? I know you have an office in Vero.
Yep, brand new.
So tell me a little bit about your office and what type of lender Cardinal Financial is.
It's really exciting. Our office, hashtag Cardinal on Cardinal. I know everyone loves it.
I like that.
Yeah, Cardinal on Cardinal. T-shirts coming soon. It's a great office, right on Cardinal. Lots of cute little shops across the street from Chelsea's, close to Humiston Park. We're close to all the good restaurants. Yeah. It's kind of bad for lunch.
Killen's over there.
Yes, ice cream.
Ocean Grill,
Red Onion.
Yep.
Right there. So really great location. We're open all the time. Someone's always there, regular business hours. We've got a great team. Christy, she sits at our front desk. And then we've got a good team of about 5 loan officers, including Jessica, who's our branch manager.
Okay. And as Cardinal Financial, is that what's the difference between a broker and a direct lender, and what is Cardinal Financial?
So Cardinal Financial is kind of special, which is one of the reasons that we love this company and bringing them here to Vero. A direct lender in the sense that you can come in and talk to me in my office. You can call me on my cell phone. After you close, I can still be your point of contact for insurance issues, servicing questions. Is it time to refinance? I'm still your person. But a broker in the sense that if you don't fit into the perfect box, right, we still have the ability to either broker out a loan. Maybe you're a special jumbo client, or you're a physician looking for something that fits you. Or we even have clients that don't have regular streamlined income, but they still need a mortgage. Right. So they're not showing any income, but how can we get them into a mortgage without any income? There are ways.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. So for the person who does fit into that box, is Cardinal Financial the company that's going to service those loans?
Absolutely, yes.
They are. Okay. Because I know, like, when my wife and I, when we bought our first home, we went through Mr. Cooper, and then, like, I don't know, a month and a half later, we got a notice that it changed to Wells Fargo. Right. So it starts with Cardinal Financial and it ends with Card Financial.
And that's a big consideration for us when we're choosing a company that we want, to represent our name and our brand. And also, when I'm out in the community and I have to be able to speak with confidence to come to Cardinal Financial for your mortgage needs, I need to know that we're going to do a good job,
so
beginning to end.
You mentioned something before, right? So you said one of the unique aspects that why you enjoy working with Cardinal Financial is you can help the people that don't fit into that traditional box. So what is the traditional box?
Regular W-2 income, 40 hours a week, most of us, working people in America. A regular family, regular couple looking to just make either their first investment purchase or their first home purchase, something like that.
So when you start talking about non-traditional, are you talking about independent contractor, sales positions, business owners? Is that
yes. Anything with, from having no income to no credit score to, maybe we have to look at your bank statements to source your income instead of a tax return or a W-2.
Got it.
Or you've got fixed income, your Social Security pension, maybe you're a first-time investor, and a lot of people don't know if you want to be an investor. Sometimes you have to have investment history, which is weird because how can you become an investor if you don't have any history of investing,
Yeah,
right?
it makes it a little difficult.
You need something to get you into the door. So things like that just take a look at the other side of how we can help people make those strides and achieve their goals in real estate.
So is there, I mean, so if I'm understanding correctly, the way you can help those people that aren't that traditional borrower, who are the self-employed, the salesperson, the independent contractors, is you can help do a deep dive into their financials and help cultivate and make possible a pathway to get financing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect way to put it.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the Enhanced Hometown Heroes program for first hometown buyers. Is this the program that we saw some changes to recently as of July 1st? Yes.
Yep. This is my favorite.
Yes.
So I kind of built my business in the very beginning with a lot of first-time homebuyers, right? So it was just my age. And when I came into the business, a lot of my friends, they were buying their first home, right? So they would be my first clients that I would get a chance to take care of and bring them to the closing table. So I built my business on that, and I really take a lot of pride in the continuing education of watching these programs evolve.
Yeah.
There's tons of them, not even just the Hometown Heroes, but there's state initiatives, county initiatives in all the counties.
And these programs help, whether it be closing cost or down payment assistance. Right. I mean, these programs you're talking about are specifically about getting first-time homeowners into a home and offering that stepping stone that's needed to get into the home. But in this case that we're talking about Hometown Heroes program. So it's been around for a while.
It's been around for a while. Previously, you had to be a hometown hero, which we definitely love and appreciate, want to take care of that group. Right. So that would be a doctor, a teacher,
firefighter,
exactly, a nurse. Well, they removed the occupation requirement and they kind of changed it to something that is also special, which would be the Live Local Act. So if you live locally and you work locally, so you're a contributing citizen to our awesome community and state, you can now participate in this program without that occupation requirement. So it opened the door for self-employed people, fixed income people, without having to have that occupation requirement. And it gives them up to $35,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance, which is huge.
And there's $100 million allocated, I believe.
There's $100 million, and they've said that they're going to renew that every year.
So you're saying that if someone doesn't have the money necessary to purchase their first home, that you can help this person take advantage of up to $35,000 if they meet certain parameters and requirements. You said they have to live locally, they have to work locally, they have to have a full-time job, right? There's an income cap. I understand.
It's very generous, though. There's an income cap in River County, but it's super...
Yeah, like 6 figures, I think,
right? It's 6 figures.
Yeah. So that's great. That's awesome. And that's, and now that actually has been implemented as of the 1st of July.
We are able to actively be taking applications and reserve those funds. So like if you came to get pre-qualified and we approved you for a home and we wanted to fit you into this program, we would reserve your funds so that you could go home shopping. And we've set the expectation of, okay, this amount of money is going to go towards your down payment and closing cost.
Nice.
So you know what you're going to get.
That is awesome. That's awesome. All right. So how can we reach you? If someone wanted to contact you, how can they reach out to you and contact you?
I'm on social media under abby.bass.
Okay.
I also have a website, applywithabby.com.
Okay.
Our physical address at the office, if anyone ever wants to visit us, is 3096 Cardinal Drive, Suite A1A, Vero Beach, 32963.
All right.
And on my cell phone, area code 772-913-1530.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This
was fun.
Abby Bass with Cardinal Financial, and this is your podcast from the Lulich Corner, and I'm Jordan Lulich, hosted by Lulich Attorneys. Thanks so much.